Oh, I should take this off. My bad. Hey guys, 2020 is shaping up to be a pretty cool year. And even though there's a lot of things going on, some things just don't stop being a burden, like cancer. I'm doing a fundraiser for the Lymphoma and Leukemia Society, or maybe it's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. There's 2 L's for sure. Anyway, it's pretty fun. I'm gonna be hanging out on a Zoom with a bunch of people. You can buy tickets through the link in the description. They'll send you the link. We'll hang out for an hour on Friday, June 12th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. I'm eating milligrams. I'm drinking bourbon, maybe a cigar, hoping to get kind of loopy, and I can chat with you individually on this call. Please buy tickets. If you don't want tickets, that's fine, but maybe you'll consider donating as well. Hit the link, and thank you very much.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Whoop. Whoop is the best fitness wearable I've ever used in my entire life. I absolutely love it. It tracks your sleep, and it does track your sleep by measuring your HRV, your resting heart rate, and your sleep performance based on all those things. It then logs it. When you wake up, you can look and see how you've recovered based on your sleep from the previous night. Then it judges how much you should work out with your strain. You can use a strain coach and the sleep coach, both I love. With what we're going through right now, it's so hard to get the full workout that you want. And when you plug in the strain coach, it shows you based on your sleep how hard you should work out. And then you know that once you've achieved that strain, you have gone above and beyond. Last night, I got on the treadmill, ran 10 miles, and went way past my strain and felt amazing. Woke up this morning with a 96% recovery, and now I'm ready to attack a workout today. It's amazing. The sleep coach actually tells you when you should go to bed if you know when you want to wake up, so it can tell you exactly how much sleep you need to recover so you can set your performances for the goals today. For our listeners, Whoop is offering 15% off with the code BEARS at checkout. Go to whoop.com, Whoop, WHOOP.com, and enter the code BEARS at checkout to save 15% off. Sleep better, recover faster, train smarter. Optimize your performance with Whoop.
Guys, this episode of Two Bears is also brought to you by ShipStation. When you're selling online, getting a lot of orders out fast can be tough. How do you keep track? Who gets what? Which shipping carrier to use? That's why you need ShipStation.com. It's the fastest, easiest, most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. Just a few clicks and you'll be managing your orders, printing out labels, and getting your product to happy customers. ShipStation makes it easy. They help online sellers of any size get orders out quickly, save money on shipping costs, and keeping their customers, of course, very happy. No matter where you're selling, Amazon, Etsy, your own website, ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface. That's the best part about it. You have one place to go to manage it all. ShipStation works with all the major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, UPS, even Amazon Fulfillment. You can pick and choose, you can compare and choose the best shipping solution for you and your customer. No wonder ShipStation is the #1 choice of online sellers. Right now, Two Bears, One Cave listeners can try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use our offer code CAVE. Make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of delivery culture. Get started at ShipStation.com today. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in CAVE. That's ShipStation.com. Enter the code word CAVE, C-A-V-E. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen.
Start the show. This is Two Bears, One Cave. Speaking of hot and looking good, he's Bert Kreischer. I'm Tom Segura.
Let's just put the pedal to the metal and go. This is a perfect way to start off this show. 12 years in the making. It's gonna be a fucking shit show.
Everyone's gonna hate us.
100%. Cheers.
You donated how much money? That's crazy. You're going to help so many people.
Oh, there we go. I love this new branding. I love this new branding. If we could just attach and tether myself to this, fuck yes.
You're always donating. Welcome to Two Bears, One Cave. He's Bert. I'm Tom.
Yep.
Man, you're always helping people. It's so good to be with you. This
show is so problematic for me. It really is.
Can I point out one thing?
Please.
That is mostly your doing.
No. By the way, yeah. Hold on, no, it's your doing.
No.
It's your doing.
No.
It's your doing.
You get yourself into more
I get
holes.
myself, but the problem is that I've set up a perfect comedic scenario where it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
What's the nightmare?
The nightmare is this joke. Bert is the most racist comic in America.
It's okay. Listen,
right now it's a very problematic time to have that be a joke.
I know it's terrible. We can eliminate it.
But please,
we can eliminate it.
I will do anything.
Can I tell you how I think we should eliminate it? And I'm being serious. Okay. If you take something away from somebody, what do you have to give them?
Something in return.
That's right. So these guys are like kids, okay? And you just took a toy away. You got to give them something else. I think they will all be on board with stopping the joke of Bert is racist, which is terrible, and it was always stupid. And it was they could like ride it because they knew it wasn't true. You know?
They knew it wasn't true. That's the king.
That's the
but
whole.
See, the thing is,
I know
it's,
other
it's
people
flipped.
see it. I know
it's flipped into this conversation. I just want to say real quick.
Okay.
And only not to defend myself at all. I spent this weekend, which we're recording this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know. So we don't know if
like when you guys see this, 4 days have passed. We don't know what's going to happen in these next 4 days.
So when everything went down this weekend,
last 2 weekends ago, whatever.
This is exactly how I found out about everything. Kind of is I watched Killer Mike's moving speech.
Incredible.
And you'll attest to this. That 9:45 is when I watched it. I texted it to you, our group, and I said, "This is fucking amazing." And I went to go post it on Instagram, and I knew that I couldn't, because if I did, then I'd tag Killer Mike, because I always do. I love Killer Mike.
Yeah.
And then it would be all Bert is racist, and people don't know the joke. This is why the joke was amusing to everyone, is that people don't know the joke.
That's why they like it.
So then they'd say Bert is the most amazing, most racist comedian in America, and then someone would go, "For real?"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the fans of the show would be like, "Oh shit, I got one on the line." Yeah, have you not heard his? And then they'd send them.
He burns crosses in yards.
And so I didn't post it. I didn't post anything about anyone of color throughout the entire weekend, because I was like, I'm staying away from this because I'm radioactive. So the second I post anything, so I don't post anything. And I go, you know what? I'm going to take this time to do my part and raise my children and watch the videos online and watch what's going on in the streets and parent my 2 children. And then I fucking wake up and I party this weekend. I'm tapped out. I wake up and it is, your silence is fucking deafening. How dare you? You support violence against black people. And then all of a sudden it's like, this was started as a joke. Now it's real. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, I texted you. I was like, hey man, I might need to take a break from Two Bears, One Cave. Like, this is, because it really hurts your feeling as me, because it's me. And then I post the black square and I disable comments immediately because that was a fucking shit show.
Oh yeah, it was a shit show on mine too.
It was a shit show for everyone.
Yeah.
Every comic. I read Theo's. I posted mine, read Theo's, and was like, wow, man, thank God I don't have those fans. And then I was like, oh wait, those are my fans. I went to mine. I was like, disable. Fuck no. And I didn't do it out of cowardice, as everyone said. I did it because I didn't want people to be confused about a stupid fucking joke.
Yeah.
And so I talked to Tom last night. We talked on the phone, and I was like, please. And by the way, shout out. You have no idea those people that are out there that listen to the show and know us and know that we're friends and know that we joke and know that this is, by the way, just a comedy show. It's just comedy. We're not activists.
We also don't have the capacity to be it.
What did I say to you?
You told me last night. You're like,
by the way, this was said to Tom in anger after I've been accused of being an activist. And I was like, an activist?
He goes, do you think that anybody would ask me to weigh in on something if I wasn't a comedian? Do you think for a second, if I wasn't a comic, they'd be like, hey, Bert, stop cleaning that boat for a second. Come over here. What do you think about these protests?
I spent 7 years in college. I never fucking learned anything. I'm only here because Rolling Stone magazine discovered me. I'm people washing boats. I'm not the person to go to. Do you think anyone would be like, hey, Tom, someone get that guy over cleaning dumpsters? What's your opinion on professional wrestling? I understand there's a lot of comedians that are activists, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But we're not those guys. We're just two comics. We're just two comics. Like, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
But we're also humans, so like, we're regular people.
Yeah.
And so.
And I also feel like, personally, I wanted to weigh in on, like, I felt like it. On people, because one of the things I realized too was how cheap and hacky the people, like, if you express your opinion on something, like, this thing, I think this matters, and someone's like, you're virtue signaling, you're like, well, hold on. You can't just accuse somebody of virtue signaling on something just because maybe it doesn't apply or affect you. Like, like, what if you go like, no, I really feel like this is something we should pay attention to. I personally care about that. You're virtue signaling. It's like, you're just a fucking hack if you're just gonna label anybody who cares about something to be like, oh, they're doing it just to indicate, so they're in the right place. No, like, it's bothersome to me, and I want to say that.
It was so apparent, like, Saturday morning. I took Twitter off my phone a while ago, so that but by the way, I still use it. I just opened Twitter up in Safari browser. It's like, I don't know why I don't have it on my phone. It's just such a pain in the ass.
That's a very Bert thing to do.
Oh, by the way, this is the joke I read today. I look at my comments in my Instagram the same way I look at the scale. Like, I go, no, we don't want to see that. All right. Why are we going to let a perfectly good day be ruined by that? But yeah, and so it stinks. And then yesterday I blocked a bunch of you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I blocked a bunch of people because I was just like, you're sitting there in your head, you're a regular person, and you know that, first of all, I have my tour bus driver's being harassed. He's black. The people we're renting the bus from is a black-owned company, and all this is like, it's just a fucking nightmare, because I am also a real person. I'm all about a fucking joke. I am all about a fucking joke, and don't think I didn't. When I put out Secret Time, and I got a flood of new fans that did not know about this fucking Bert is the most racist comic in America joke.
Yeah,
I genuinely found it worth losing fans for the joke. There were times where I giggled to myself at just a very innocent. I would see them as like Amish people, getting off their wagon, going, "Oh, I like Bert Kreischer. Tell me more about him." And then someone going, "Oh, he's the fattest, most racist comic in America." Now listen, everyone can make a joke about race, okay? And no. He actually started.
He killed an Asian family.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, well, that's enough of that. Get back on the wagon, Martha." Like, I actually enjoyed. Like, the joke made sense to me, but in a time where legit. But this is what I meant to say. You guys who did reach out, like, there was one guy that I can't read his post, but it was like, he's like, "Yeah, I can see how this Bert's racist comic is most racist comic in America is a little played out. We should probably put the brakes on that." And then he goes, "And by the way, we all know that ... is the most racist comic in America."
Oh, he said who it was?
Yeah, and I started laughing.
Did he nail it?
Oh yeah. And then another guy was like, "Hey man, hey, just so you know," like, he's like, "I did some," like, there was really cool people out there that were like, "I did the research. These people, I think, are activists just trying to get you to comment. Like, they're just bullying you into commenting." And it was really weird. Like, everything was so fucking weird about it that I've
never blocked somebody on there. I blocked a couple dozen people yesterday. I was like, oh no, I don't want this person, like, around my page.
It just sucks. It was a funny joke. Please just
stop.
Look,
but
just stop.
Can I tell you the replacement idea?
Yeah, guys,
okay.
Let's do a trade out.
Let's do a trade out. Okay. So,
by the way, I feel like I'm in prison going, "I'll suck your dicks," okay? If you just don't come at me. Okay. I can't tell you how much I'm so bothered by the fact that like, I really don't want anyone to come in me. Like, I've thought about that so much. Like, I've really thought about that. The disrespect of, like,
it's super disrespectful.
I can't believe women let us come in them. Like, that blows my mind.
It's
that
bodily
a woman's
fluid.
Like, do you know what the feeling when a woman says, "Hey, just so you know, you can come in me"?
Yeah.
There's a part of me the first time I heard it that I was like, "What kind of fucking animal are you?"
Yeah.
Especially if you've never is a one night stand.
Oh yeah.
and they're like, just so you know, you can come in me. You're like, I think I wish I wasn't here right now.
Oh.
How many dudes have done this?
Oh, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
I've only had like 2 one-night stands.
Really? I have mostly one-night stands. And it was with some fucking trash bags.
You can come at me. You're like, oh, you're on the pill? They're like, no. And
Yeah,
you're like, oh, God.
Oh, God. And then you're like, I'll never see you again. Raise them right. I got to go.
I really don't want anyone coming at me. That's been stuck in my head for so fucking
And
long.
imagine if it was a bunch of guys coming in you at the same time. You know,
I have
in your asshole too. You know,
what really shakes me to the core is that one day in college, my daughter will watch this video and she'll go, "Yeah, no one wants anyone coming in your dad." Like I forget that everything is going to be online, and one day George will be in college.
I like how you don't think she's capable of watching this video Tuesday. She's fucking 16.
Fuck. She
One
turned
day in
16
college.
this week.
Hey, there you
She
go.
turned 16 this week.
It's wild, huh?
She turned 16 this week.
Was she already turned 16, or she's about to?
No, can I tell you? Hold on. Let's get to the point. But I'll tell you real. Go ahead. Go ahead. What's the trade-off?
Okay, so here's the trade-off. I feel like you got to go. Stop saying that. We all agree. The joke. So you give them a replacement line. It was like, the first one was "Bird is fat." People ran with that. Blah blah. So I think it's silly, and it's fun, and it plays into the fact that you take pool showers and outdoor showers.
Okay. I love this already.
All right. It's hashtag Bert smells bad. Okay. And here's the thing. Bert smells bad it's silly enough where what's the worst thing that's going to happen?
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. No. I'll tell you why I'm already upset with this cosign. When did you guys work this out? Because he's got fucking branding for it already. And it's flipping. And I know Nadav, his little ginger ass wasn't in there going.
So wait a minute. Here's the worst thing that's going to happen. Okay? You're going to start meeting people and they'll be like, "Hey, you don't smell that bad." And you're going to be like, "What?" And they're going to be like, "I thought you were going to smell like shit or something." I keep seeing it in your car. And you're going to be like, "No, I don't." And they'll be like, "I know, I thought you were going to smell like shit."
Hold on. I have not accepted this. And I'll tell you why. Hold on. Once you get this fucking rap, you can't shake it. There's 2 celebrities that everyone says smells bad, and that's all you hear. Brad Pitt does not shower. He smells bad. That is the number one rap on Brad Pitt.
This is on brand with you, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a party guy.
Well, no, but it's not. I don't smell bad.
I know, but here's the thing. If you give them that, they run with it, and you don't actually smell that, every time people meet you, they're going to be like, "You don't smell bad." I thought you were going to smell like diarrhea. You smell fine. You might smell good. I've never smelled you. I don't think you smell bad at all.
I cannot wait to read the comments. That are like, and how creative people get will go, "It's so funny. For years I thought he was racist. He's not racist at all, but he smells like shit."
I mean, don't you think fans could have fun with that one? And like anytime you post something, they'll be like, "Oh, did you guys have soap there for
Oh my God.
It could be fun. And it's not harmful, and it's not. No one's gonna be like, do you hate a group of people?
I did not. I took a pool shower today.
You did?
And I did not wear deodorant. And I said to myself, make sure you put on deodorant.
I hugged you. You didn't smell bad.
Yeah, I'm cool.
All right.
I'm cool with Bert smells bad.
Do you want another option
the racist
or no?
thing. Yeah. No, give me another option. Yeah.
Okay. Another option. I think you could take it up a level. So like you give them something a little harsher to say, but it's still ridiculous. It's ridiculous, okay?
By the way, I thought the racist one was ridiculous.
That is ridiculous, but this is also ridiculous, and that's Bert fucks dogs, right?
Okay, hold on. And we can't do that one because I have a new joke about that.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Yeah, you ever cuddle with your dog so hard your dick gets hard?
But also, that's so ridiculous that people will see it, and then, like, what are people going to say to you? "Hey, are you going to fuck my dog if I bring him to the show?" Like, it's harmless. It really is harmless because it's insane.
Harmless until I'm hiking in fucking Runyon Canyon. Like, no, get over here, puppy. Come on.
That guy will
Bert fucks dogs. Okay, well, what's the third one? I'm sure there's 3 because...
There is a third one.
Oh, of course there is.
The third one is probably a little over the top, but... but
So were you thinking of these all night last night after we got off the phone?
Yeah.
So you're laying in bed, 10 milligrams in, going, well, he smells bad. I know that he's got an inappropriate relationship with his dog. Keep going. Keep going.
So, and then also, like, what's one that's not true but extreme that people can latch on to and run with? And here's the thing. I'll tell you this. Once they throw it up, if you don't even want it suggested so people don't run with it, we'll just cut it. And the way that people will know is, like, from right here, it'll just cut.
Jump cut. Jump cut. Jump cut. Jump cut.
Okay, so they never saw
Never
it.
fucking saw that. Same thing.
No, it's totally different.
It's just more directed at who it is.
Don't you think it's better than the one?
No, it's not. I smell bad and I fuck dogs, okay?
Don't do that one, the third
Don't
one?
do that one.
All right, make sure we get that jump cut in.
Nadav, remember, I am a part of this job too, okay?
You got it, buddy.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man, that was fun. All right, Bert smells bad.
Yeah, I smell bad. I smell bad. Fucking, I do smell bad. By the way, I actually do smell bad, so I get it. By the way, so many people are going to be like, you actually do smell bad. When was the last time you brushed your teeth? I go, I have a hard time with toothpaste. I use soap a lot, and I like to use flossers. That's it.
Oh, my God. This is going to be so much better.
I'm already I have so much light off of me.
Yeah. Hey, guys, please, Bert smells bad.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I wish we were releasing this episode today so I didn't have to work my way through the weekend.
But you don't want that last one.
I definitely do not want the last one.
You had made a really astute observation today that I wasn't expecting, in that you finally picked up on that Nadav has red hair.
Yeah.
What did you? How did that?
I just saw it. Like I never really I don't I don't pay attention to a lot of people, and I don't I don't know what it is about me. I don't ask. I don't like. It's not narcissistic. There is something broken in me, and I'll tell you. This is why I said I watched the Lance Armstrong documentary. Do you remember when I said to you when we were talking about that concert, and I said I've been to a Nirvana concert, and I said I don't want to check and find out because I don't want to lose that memory. When I, in fact, had been to the Nirvana concert.
Right.
My recollection of it was really accurate. Someone sent me the video, and it was as I described. But I knew there was a chance that it wasn't a Nirvana concert because I was on drugs, and so but I didn't want to. I didn't want to lose the memory, so I didn't want to find out for real. So that makes it. And then I know it doesn't make sense to anyone, but like I didn't want to go too introspective because I enjoyed the memory of having seen Nirvana. Right,
but you weren't sure if it was a certain memory.
Yeah, and I didn't need it to be real because I had the memory. So it's like, and then I was like, I don't want to do the research. And then when I found out that I had been to a Nirvana concert, nothing changed. I still had the same memory. So in a weird way, I didn't want someone to negate something I already believed to be true. It's what you must feel like when you're religious. You're like, I don't need you to disprove God. I believe it.
Right.
So let me believe it. It's what's wrong with me is like I watched the Lance Armstrong documentary and I couldn't help but think I wish they had never caught him. Does that sound crazy? I liked believing in heroes.
Right.
I loved believing in Lance Armstrong
because he was like an unimaginable hero.
It's so clear that he was cheating. Do you remember Charlie's roommate who was a chef in Nashville?
Yeah.
And he was, maybe we should, I don't know what
no,
legally.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
He was Lance Armstrong's private chef. Do you remember this?
No, I don't remember that detail.
And I was like, is Lance Armstrong on steroids? And he goes, 100%. And I was like, wait, no way. And I remember him telling me that and me being mad at him that he was ruining the hero.
Dude, I remember, so somebody could find this specific detail. I was on Rogan, one of my appearances, I don't know which one, but it was before it came out and that it was verified, and I kind of talked about how I definitely think he's a cheater.
Yeah.
I got so much hate.
Really?
Yeah, and I even forget the details, like what I went into. I just remember that I said that I was like, it's so obvious that he's cheating in some way, and how he had like the perfect cover of like he distracts people with his. I thought it was calculated charity work, you know, for
Cancer.
Yeah, and everybody goes, look how much money this guy raises for cancer, and you know, and I was like, yeah, but he is definitely he would the way that he would attack people who accused him that were close to him was like the real tell. You know?
See, that's narcissism in wanting to control the narrative so much you try to destroy people.
He would destroy people.
We had a friend, we knew a guy that did that to people, and I remember watching it happen on the inside. And going like, holy fuck, man. And then all I could think was, that's going to happen to me one day. Like that, and it did. And I remember going like, motherfucker. Like, that behavior, I know I wouldn't like Lance Armstrong. Like, I know I wouldn't be friends with him. Yeah. Because he's got that thing in his brain that the bad people have, where they go, but you know what? Do you think Jordan would have used steroids if he was in cycling?
That's a good question.
Because I saw a lot of parallels between Lance Armstrong and Michael Jordan, this, I've got to create a narrative in my head, and my truth is the truth, and that's what it will be. Because everyone came out after Michael Jordan's thing and was like, that's a fucking lie. Horace Grant's like, I never told anyone. He needed to do that to be mad at me because I was over. So like part of you goes, there's so many parallels between those GOATs, like the Lance Armstrongs, and the difference is everyone in that sport was cheating. Everyone in that sport was cheating.
We didn't know that so much until further along.
Yeah, and Lance Armstrong saying, I was just doing what I had to do to keep up with everyone.
Yeah.
And so you can't guilt him into it, but it's that behavior of like, and I don't know if that's narcissism or what, but like, it's different from what I got. I got like a lightweight narcissism of like, I just want everything to be great. Because I'm watching Lance Armstrong documentary going, I wish he never got, I liked having a hero. I like believing it was possible. I like believing you could be on your deathbed and then go win 7. I can't believe that I didn't notice 7 Tour de France's in a row. In a row after cancer. Like, how did no one see that? But I was sitting there going, I got
no, because that part of it, you're right though. It's cool to see somebody achieve on that level. I mean, that the kind of the thing about, you know, people who are fascinated with and idol worship Jordan. It's like, bless you. But it's that you know, it was like Superman. Like he can't lose. He can't, like, you liked having the person you're like, but there's that one guy who, you know, you admire because he pushes that hard and refuses to lose. You know?
Were you the guy at the lunch table growing up when someone was telling a great story? Were you the guy and then there would always be the one kid on the side who's usually shorter than everyone else. He was like, he didn't have cool looking hair, and he's like, this is a lie. I'm not believing any of this.
I wasn't that guy.
No, but I would hear that guy and I go, shut up. The guy's in the middle of a fucking good story. Let's enjoy the story. I don't need it to be 100% true. I'm laughing right now. What the fuck? That's me. That's me at a table.
Yeah.
That's me at a table. Yeah. And I think I learned how to tell stories in high school.
Probably, yeah.
At all boys Catholic high school. But man, Cuban kids could always tell the fuck out of a story.
Yeah.
The way they would fucking...
They would paint the picture.
Oh yeah. And I'd been there. I remember someone talked about a beer run, like where you grab beer and run and jump in a car. And I remember just the way the story was being told. It was told by, I want to say 2 dudes who ended up getting out of our school. But the way they were telling it, 2 Cuban kids, and it was just like larger than life. And you're just like, yeah. And there's just some fucking asshole just going, that's not true. This isn't true.
No, that guy's no
And you're
fun.
like, what the
Shut
fuck,
up.
buzzkill?
Yeah.
I feel like Dirk Nowitzki, not Dirk Nowitzki. Who's the guy that, the golden snitch?
The golden snitch?
Yeah, type in golden snitch. Kirk Nowitzki, Chris Novoselic. What's the guy from the USADA that Joe had on his podcast?
Oh.
Is it Golden Snitch? What's that bald guy? That bald guy. Dirk Nowitzki.
No, it's not Dirk though.
What's it? Jeff Nowitzki.
Okay.
Jeff Nowitzki. Like I don't need you in my life. I don't need to know John Jones is juicing. Now if I'm fighting John Jones, I need to know.
Yeah.
But like as a fan, I just want to believe in heroes.
Now, how does this all tie to you just noticing that Nadav's hair is red?
Because I think I live life with such blinders on.
Yeah.
I think a lot about me, like a lot about me. Like, it's amazing how much I think about me. I remember Barry Katz one time said, "Papa, how many times a day do you think other people go, I wonder what Bert Kreischer's doing?" I said, "A lot." And he goes, "Never." A lot of people aren't thinking about you right now. He goes, "Who are you thinking about?" I said, "Me." And he goes, "They're probably thinking about themselves too." It was like a great realization, but like I don't know what it is. It's like how many times did we drive? This podcast is a perfect fucking example. Like, how often do I listen?
Not that much.
Bro, I watched an episode the other day. I touch my nose an aggressive amount of
People are
times.
passing out doing the drinking game.
I mean, it's amazing how
Someone
often
was
I-
hospitalized, they said, trying to keep up with your...
I touch my nose so much. It's like, and by the way, I noticed I've already done it like 100 times. But I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't. Redhead came up this weekend. Isla was talking about it.
You've at least worked with him, I don't know, 100 days, separately, and you're like, maybe more. And today you're like, your hair's red?
I think I noticed on his weight because his weight fluctuates.
Yeah. He looks good now.
Yeah, it looks good. How much are you weighing?
I'm about like 240, 250. Somewhere.
How tall are you? 5'3"?
5'9".
5'9".
I mean, just look at us. Do you want to look like this? No.
What ad is this?
Look at us. I gotta pull it all the way down. He has to wear a hat everywhere he goes. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, and you don't have to look this badly. 66% of men start to lose their hair by the age of 35. And look, if you're thinning, if you look like this, it might be too late, You can actually do something. Because the worst thing, if I could go back and someone was reading this ad when I was like 26, I'd have been like, let's do it right now. You got to get on it as it's happening. You got to go to forhims.com, the one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. It's time to write a new chapter, one in which you have hair. It's great because these guys, they just give you an online consultation. It's super confidential. And then you can have, if you qualify, products shipped right to your door discreetly. You have that quick consultation with a doctor online, and then boom, you're on it. Right now, our listeners get started with their first month free. Go to forhims.com/bears. That's forhims.com/bears. Prescription requires an online consultation with a physician who will determine if prescription is appropriate. Offer valid only if prescribed. 3 months minimum prescription. Additional restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Remember, that's forhims.com/bears.
Listen up, fellas. Today we have a new Manscaped product alert. Manscaped has just released the Weed Whacker nose and ear trimmer. I'm telling you right now, I think it's because of my age. I love this more than anything. I have errant ear hairs that all of a sudden
start tickling
and
itching, and you're like, God
damn it, why
damn it.
And then I tell my wife, I go, can you just get this out?
Yeah.
And if I don't know if you've ever tried to pull your ear hairs or nose hairs out.
Oh yeah,
it is literally.
And also, how much is in there? Because I put it in there, it's like like it sounds like it.
I took a flosser the other day and just went to see how much hair was there, and it just sounded like I was going
so much.
This nose and ear trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology which prevents nicks, snags, tugs, and those delicate holes. The Weed Whacker uses 9,000 RPM motor powered by 306-degree rotary dual blade system, intelligently contoured and designed to trimming experience. It's waterproof. Manscaped is making your whacking weeds a time to look forward to by delivering you maximum confidence while providing hygiene. Yes, you will get a replacement blade every 3 months to keep your weed whacking time clean and enjoyable. Fellas, 79% of partners polled admitted that long nose hairs is a major turnoff. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code CAVEWW at manscaped.com. That's Manscaped. Get 20% off with free shipping with the code CAVEWW at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code CAVEWW. What are you waiting for? Whack your weeds.
Hey, Bert, why don't you put your headphones on?
No. I already don't want to do this game. I don't know what you have planned, Nadav, but I don't trust it.
I don't know I really don't know what this is for real.
No, this was just like my favorite part from the last episode.
From the last episode? Okay.
Ooh, oh, let's do a 2 bears, one man cave. Well, hold on.
Because that's another thing you do.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, you literally started 6 different sentences right there. Let's hear it again.
Ooh, oh, let's do a 2 bears, one man cave. Well, hold on. You know what it is? Is that this podcast is super, super exciting for me. It's because I don't, for whatever, can I take them off now in the Nadav, or we have more?
No, you're good.
Okay. It doesn't feel like this. Really doesn't feel like work. It feels like we're driving to Brea.
Yeah.
And it's the same way you'd have a conversation with a friend. I definitely forget it's being fucking recorded sometimes.
This whole setup doesn't lend itself to.
No, isn't it crazy though? But I just really forget that it's being recorded, and I just end up talking and saying things that I get in the car and I'm like, hey, can we maybe edit that out?
Can we try Warren Sapp again?
No, I'm not.
Come on, man.
I think we have the wrong number. Let me see if I don't have Twitter on my phone, so I can't direct.
Log into Safari.
It's already logged in. Why was I on Cameo?
You're on Cameo?
Ooh.
You are?
Yeah.
You're.
No. I was looking to see how much people cost.
What would you do it for if you were signing up for it? What would be your price
interesting.
point? What?
I don't know. Doug Benson. I'm on Doug Benson's. For the entire month of June, he gave 25% of his proceeds to GLAAD.
It's a Pride Month, right?
Yeah.
That's good. Good for him.
Hold on.
What? Let me tweet for you.
No.
Come on.
I'm just got a text.
What?
From here's what's I don't know. I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, but like, is the coronavirus over?
Oh, it's great, right? Yeah, no one cares.
We're getting
anymore.
in a tour bus in like a week, and Shane Torres goes, "Hey, I'm going down to the marches. Do you guys want to go?" And I felt like going, "Hey, you're going to be in a tour bus with me. Can you not get coronavirus?"
He's gonna get it.
But maybe coronavirus is just over.
No.
Because it's crazy to see news reporters who last week were like at distance from everyone.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing like it's really cool with these protests in LA. This very emotional.
Dude, worldwide, the number of people that were at protests this past week, I mean, the grand total definitely in the 7 figures. You know, like if you look at the amount of people that were shoulder to shoulder marching in all over the United States.
Cops.
At Denmark, Paris, you know, people in Syria were marching. It's like, I think that this is going to accelerate the whole.
If it doesn't, then I'm going to be fucking livid that I stayed in my house for 79 days.
Oh, I know.
If we don't see, I mean, it's got to be a massive spike.
It should.
It's going to be within 2 weeks. There should be, theoretically, I'm guessing, 1 million people dead from coronavirus.
In what?
In 2 weeks. Maybe my numbers are off.
I think it's
Is that high?
Yeah, that's high.
1,000.
That could happen.
Okay. No, but it's got to be through the roof because.
Well, that's the thing. I think we're either going to. It's also probably going to be higher spikes of asymptomatics, people who test positive for having had it, have the antibodies. My friend's brother, he lives in New York, and she said he just had 2 tests, like the tests where they test you for having I think they do like a temperature test, and I don't know, it's related to testing positive in some way.
Yeah,
he was negative, but he tested positive for antibodies. So
we're doing a drive-in movie theater tour.
Yeah,
June 24th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Then Indianapolis, we've added a show in Indianapolis. Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then Fort Collins, Colorado. We've added a show in Fort Collins as well. It's the Hot Summer Nights comedy tour. We're doing drive-in movie theaters. It is socially conscious, socially safe, socially, I'm saying socially everything. Socially distant. You get in your car, you pull up, you don't have to touch anyone. All the audio is going to be threaded through your car, through your FM radio, and then it'll be a 3-camera shoot on the big screen, and I will be performing in front of the big screen. I can't fucking wait. I really, honestly can't wait to get back on the road.
What's up with that image on the screen?
Dude, I paid so many people to make footage, and everyone it's amazing. You can't, once branding gets out of the box, you can't put it back in. They're like, hey, you're a fat fuck. And you're like, I actually look good in that picture. And they're like, yeah, but you're a fat fuck. You'll be a fat fuck then, right? And I'm like,
well,
yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: is I could tell that you smell and you fuck dogs just by looking at that picture.
I just can't wait for the artwork to come in of me like this fucking a dog. By the way, I wish I could just get behind it and go, yeah, guys, fuck dogs. Let's make this happen.
Dude, just do it. Just write a bit about fucking your dog. And then it all ties together.
I'm going to make one bit about fucking my dog.
Yeah. Just be like, I got these big dogs.
By the way, not even joking. Today, I like to walk around the house naked in the mornings. The girls are in bed. They don't get up until noon anyway. And so I like to get in the pool, shower, in the pool.
All naked.
Yeah, all naked. Maybe a few kettlebell swings. Get in the sauna. I like being in my backyard naked, right? Mm-hmm. One, they're trimming trees at the house next to us, and there's this Mexican guy in the tree, up in the tree, just watching me. Just walk around the backyard naked. And then I see him, and he just goes, hey. And I'm naked, and I go, hey. Immediately, I'm like, yeah. And by the way, my dick did not look good. Anyway.
Did it make your dick hard?
And then I fucked my dog.
Yeah.
And so, and so then I grab her right by the tail, lift the tail up, and I put it in my belt strap. If you lift a dog's tail. Anyway. I feel like I'm already making this worse. Let's get back to what were we talking about? Hot Summer Nights Tour.
You're going, yeah.
So we're doing it drive-in movie theaters, June 24th.
I thought they were allowed to get out of their cars.
They can get out of the car. No, but you can. Meaning you will have your own little space.
Okay.
So you'll be socially distanced from everyone around you. It's going to be fucking awesome. I can't wait to get back on the road.
That's exciting.
And so yeah, it's going to be a great time. But we're doing COVID tests right before we leave.
Oh yeah.
And we set it up, and I was like, hold on, why are we going to do it right before we leave? And they're like, what do you mean? I go, if anyone's got fucking COVID, they can't get in the fucking bus. I go, what if Ron's got COVID? Like, what if we do the test? And we're like, Ron tested positive. Tour's off. We don't have a core bus driver.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, we need to do it like 14 days before and then isolate. And they're like, well, that's not going to work.
Why?
It's already we leave on the 17th of June.
Oh.
And so they're like, that's going to be.
But you should probably test today.
Yeah. And now Shane's going to the fucking marches. And I'm
Where is the march today?
In North Hollywood. Georgia wanted to go to the fucking march, and I was like, baby, I go, listen, I want you to be a part of all that. I've been in a march before. It's really fucking moving. It really is moving to be in a peaceful protest. It's fucking overwhelming to be with people and have everyone on the same fucking page.
Yeah.
But I said to her, I was like, I don't know everything that's going on with the coronavirus, and I just feel like in the middle of a pandemic, you're 15 years old, turning 16. I don't want you going down there. You won't get it, but you'll bring it back to us. I have fucking high blood pressure. They say there's a cardiovascular disease. I think you would feel horrible if you went down to protest and killed your dad or your mom, or we gave it to Papa J, or we gave it to, it's like so fucking complicated. And I wish, where the fuck is everyone coming out and saying, just so you know, like no one's saying anything. I watched this, I was trying to say this earlier, this black dude hugging cops, like left and just hugging, going down the line and hugging everyone. They're all hugging. And this guy on the news was like, oh, don't you miss hugging people? And I went, we're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Like someone, but.
No, I know. It's kind of crazy that, I mean, this huge movement's happening. You can feel it. It's undeniable. But to put the pandemic on the back burner, like every day you're like, oh yeah, that's still going on, right? It's it could backfire, or it could be like, that's kind of what I'm hopeful for is that
herd immunity.
Herd immunity is accelerated. Yeah, it makes sense that it would be. We were going to mention that Gaffigan also doing.
Yeah, Gaffigan's also doing a drive-in movie theater tour. Shout out to Jim Gaffigan. Thank you for making me valid. I'll probably be doing. That's interesting that he puts all new material under there.
Yeah, well, I think he's
doing Radio City Music Hall July 23rd.
Those are probably, I'm guessing, delayed.
Radio City Music Hall July 24th.
Those are all going to be delayed.
What do you think is going to happen? But I'll tell you what. How great would it be if these protests do create herd immunity
Could be.
And then all of a sudden, black people save our country. They're like, dude, like they go in, they protest, they fucking herd immunize, and all we do is we isolate when you are at a health risk.
Yeah.
But it just accelerates it so that now all of a sudden we can go back to fucking life. That would be
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I'm so ready to get back to regular life.
Yeah.
I'm still being very conscious, and I feel stupid doing it because no one else is.
Yeah.
You know? Did you ever think the world would be this way?
No. 2020 really has kicked us in the balls. Like this was pretty unexpected, man. I mean, I never thought I would live through a pandemic. Obviously, I just thought we were too advanced technologically to. I'm like, oh, I'm sure because there was like those stories, movies, and even news things that are like, oh, the bio warfare is a possibility, and people could, and you're like, that's not happening. I'm sure there's something in place, and what it revealed was just how you think that people in charge will just like got you. You're like, well, the powers they'll just take care of this, and then what it reveals, you're like, oh no, they're as unorganized as your neighbor. It's like I thought they would be at another level, advanced, taking care of things, and you're like, oh, this is a disaster the way it's handled. And then, the George Floyd thing, I think the fact that happened during this exacerbated the reaction. Like the reaction would have been there regardless.
I think, yeah.
But it's like the pent up frustration, anger that people feel separate from that is heightened when it happens,
I can't excuse looting at all. Like
Yeah.
I just wasn't.
Right. But you understand.
But I do understand.
Like why.
I understand the feeling of I don't have fucking anything, and
Yeah.
this is my opportunity to get something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I get that. Like I get that concept. I had to explain it to the girls. To explain looting and saying no, it's so funny the way they fucking see the world. Isla's like, how do they find their sizes? And I was like, what? She's like, I'd be so panicked going like, I gotta get the right. She was watching them loot the Vans store. She was like, just trying to find my size.
Dude, I thought about that too. That's hilarious. I saw a lady run out with like 4 shoeboxes. I was like, she got
her
4 of her size.
Like,
Yeah.
do you know? I have a hard time trying. Do you think there's people trying on clothes? This is a good one.
The shoe one is though. You're like, dude, these are too tight. Like, we're gonna snag all these shoes. They don't fit.
What size did you get?
I know. You walk in. What you got? You got 10.5?
God, it's so funny. You just look at it. I say I couldn't loot. I'll tell you what I'm starting to do now in life is go, but I have never been presented the opportunity, and I don't know how I'd behave in that opportunity.
This reminds me of I didn't realize. I mean, I've heard, but like this brought about the conversation more about shooting someone who comes into your home, state by state, how different the state laws are.
I did not know this, and I've been sleeping with a gun, so keep going.
Well, there are states where even if an intruder's in your home, if you shoot them, you can go to jail.
Okay, is that California? Pull up California shooting. I've just been like fucking tap, 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 fucking Taran Tactical.
Yeah.
I'm locked and loaded, one in the chamber. Fucking, what's crazy is how fucking neurotic I am. Is you really feel like all of a sudden they're going to come to your house and you're like, there's millions of fucking houses.
I wonder what it says actually in California. I don't know. I mean, I know we have restrictions.
It's called Taran, and find Taran would know, right?
Definitely he would know.
Do we still have his number?
I don't know.
You
Yeah,
just shot
I have
him,
his number.
right?
Yeah.
Call Taran.
Okay.
Tell him I want a new gun. Man, hey, by the way, Second Amendment
Yeah.
is the one about guns, right?
Yeah.
Not going anywhere for the rest of our lives.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him. Okay, I'm gonna call him right now. Yeah, this is.
Tell him you're with me because I haven't talked to him and I feel like he hates me.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Taran, I'm recording a podcast right now with my friend Bert Kreischer, and we wanted to ask your opinion on something because I was talking about, how everything going on brings about certain things that you realize, and I was saying that like state by state, there's different laws about, like, I know there's states where if somebody breaks in your home, certain states have laws about even if you shoot an intruder, you can get in trouble, you know, like so. And then Bert brought up, he goes, what about California? And I was like, I know we have restrictive gun laws, but do you know what the law is in this state for an intruder?
I'm not totally sure because they change the laws pretty regularly. I think if they bust in and your life is in danger, you have the right to shoot them.
Okay. I would think so, but I know that there's certain states where they're like, nope, you just got to, talk them down.
No, I think we're good here unless Gavin Newsom changes it or something, but I think we're pretty good.
Okay.
Like some guy busted in your house to kill you and you shot him, like even if the law was that, would you rather be dead or get prosecuted and get out? Like, come on.
Yeah, no, I know. It seems like a very silly. That one's always, there's a lot of nuance and details that go back and forth about laws and everything. But the one about protecting your home always seemed to be clear cut. Like, of course, someone's going to protect their home and their the lives in their home. But I don't know. I forgot what state. Maybe it's Illinois where they're like, you cannot. Doesn't matter what happens.
I'm sure the audience can answer that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Good
well,
call.
Look, we just wanted to.
Hold on. I want to say something.
Bert wants to talk to you.
Hey, I know. I think I've said this to you, but I gotta thank you because I now, with everything that's been going on, I feel so comfortable with a firearm in my house, and I would not have if I hadn't worked with you. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I mean, literally everybody is coming to get something from me to get ready, and I don't want them just having guns willy-nilly. I want them to have a good safe. Make sure it's not near the children or they can get to it. The worst thing can happen is, if something bad happens that way. But as long as they have it as a worst case scenario, that they can get to it. And even with that flashlight laser TLR8, you're looking down a laser and a gun in your face. You must be a complete lunatic. You want to, keep going forward. So in that case, guess what? You shoot them. You have no choice. I mean, you're defending your life. So yeah, like today, literally oh my God, I'm not giving names out, but every Hollywood producer, director, actor out of the woodwork is coming out like, Taran, I'm coming. I'm like, all right, I'll get this away. But
I know. I don't know if you know this, but I sent one your way. One guy that's produced a bunch of movies and worked with you, and I mentioned your name. He goes, I know him. I've worked with him. And I was like, I'd call Taran, and he did, and ended up, I think, getting a gun, or getting whatever. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. I'm getting them all squared away and make sure the gun is safe, locked in a killer little killer bed analogy, but a good lock box that they can get to it in time, but not have it just laying around the house.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man, it's so nice having worked with you because I just feel confident in knowing that I'm safe with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you don't want someone just has no experience. Like, I don't want to hand a Lamborghini, stick shift to someone who's driven a car before and have them wreck it down the street. Like, you got to have a little bit of training with it, and you don't want them missing. So I put that flashlight laser on there because anybody can just point a beam at something and pull the trigger. So like good training and knowing how to use it, not be laying around the house loaded, without, unless you live there alone. So
I want to come shoot with you again. I had a great time.
Yeah. Just pick a day, you guys, and we'll do it soon. Let me know.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Hey, Taran, thank you, man. I don't need to say stay safe to you, but stay safe.
Well, it's good. A good thing to say because Saturday they're coming to see me to bum rush everybody. So I'm getting set up. I've got night vision and everything set up. So.
Here, hang on. Tom's grabbing the phone out of my hand.
Wait a minute. You said what's happening Saturday?
There's an announcement. Last Saturday I was at a competition, and I almost left because the Simi Valley is going down. The place where Rodney King got let go and you're a bunch of stupid ass, whatever. So this Saturday they're coming. I don't know if it's going to be anything massive. I think it's dying down. I hope it's not right what's going on out there, but they're coming to see me on Saturday, so I got to get kind of ready for that. So I mean, I've gotten ready the other day. I've got everything told him. I got so many guys that are dying to help me, but yeah, I'm pretty set up. So and the cops were parked in front of my road the other day when this first happened. They announced it, and I walk up there at 2 a.m. They're all just sitting there in SUVs, like, dude, you guys are fucking awesome. Want anything to eat? We want to come train tomorrow. They're so cool. Oh,
good. Well, I'm glad you're definitely safe and protected, and I hope it's a nice calm weekend, man. I'll definitely be in touch with you soon, buddy. I'll give you a call.
Okay, that's awesome.
Thanks, Taran. All right. Bye. So funny. He first of all, I misunderstood. I thought when he said Saturday they're coming to see me. I thought he meant they're coming to see me. And he means Simi Valley.
Simi Valley.
Yeah, I was like, what? When I heard him say they're coming to see me, I thought he was
I
like,
got night vision
yeah,
goggles. I'll
like,
see them.
Shit. I was like, oh my God. Did you catch his jab at the governor?
Yeah, Garen Newscomb.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that guy.
I know.
A lot of people don't like him or Garcetti. Garcetti's
Yeah.
got such a villain's name.
Did you see, imagine, like, just imagine, regardless of your politics or anything, that they marched to his house yesterday. Imagine it, like, if you open your door and 30,000 people are outside. You're like, oh my God. Like, I'm sorry.
Dude, this podcast is brought to you by Beachbody On Demand. It comes as no surprise that we're all stuck in our homes for a while, and it's time to avoid the complacency and get started, stay active, and keep moving. Work out, and even take classes in the comfort of your own home with Beachbody On Demand. Beachbody On Demand is the easiest to use streaming service in the world. It gives you instant access to over 1,300 super effective workouts suited for anybody at any time. The secret to getting results is getting started. Leanne did Beachbody. We have Beachbody. We've been using Beachbody. I absolutely love Beachbody. Shout out to Autumn Calabrese. This is the company behind P90X, Insanity, 21-Day Fix. Now check out and Leanne did the 21-Day Fix, and it fucking changed her body. That's the reason she started her podcast, because of the 21-Day Fix. They've got the best trainers, Tony Horton, Joel Freeman, Jericho Matthews, and Autumn Calabrese. The best programs, 100% effective workouts for all fitness levels. Work on the schedule you want, as short as 10 minutes, and don't require any extra equipment. Access anywhere from your computer, your web-enabled TV, smartphone, tablet, Roku, Apple TV, Chromecast. It's the best deal in the business right now because it's absolutely free. You heard me right. It is absolutely free. Right now, our listeners can get special free trial membership when you text BEAR to 303030. You will get full access to this entire platform for free. All the workouts, nutritional information, and support totally for free. All you got to do is text BEAR to 303030.
This episode is also brought to you by Features.
Fucking the best socks in the world.
They're amazing.
I love these
I got them
socks.
on right now.
I wear flip-flops sometimes, but these flip-flops, these socks are, I'm ruining your read.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. They're amazing. Like, here's the thing. I didn't realize they've been around for 20 years, just like engineering, designing the best sock possible, and it shows. That thing, yes. It really does feel like a hug on your, it feels like custom-made socks, which I didn't think was a thing that I would ever say or feel possible, but it does feel like they're made specifically for you. The compression is in the right spots. It fits perfectly. There's no loose threading. There's no snagging, snugging. Like, there's a feeling of a cheap sock. This feels like the opposite. This feels like...
And they have 3 different types of socks that I got, and I was wearing them for different occasions.
They have no-shows. They have ankle socks. See why Features has quickly become the #1 running sock in America. For our listeners, Two Bears, One Cave, you can receive $10 off your first pair of Features by going to features.com. That's FEETURES.com using the code BEARS. That's $10 off your first pair when you go to Features, FEETURES.com. Enter promo code BEARS, BEARS at checkout. Again, that's Features.com. Use the code BEARS to get $10 off your first pair of Features.
Dude, hey man, you know who's getting fucking big props these days is ALS translators.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. I don't remember them being like this.
Really?
I don't remember Bill Clinton ever giving a speech.
Every like cycle, there's a fake interpreter who dupes people, and
if we had one
every year, there's some event where there'll be like some interpreter, and then people will be like, "Oh, I like how they just let some fucking Yahoo come in and go like."
I would
like,
love
that's not
that
real
opportunity. If it didn't offend absolutely everyone,
it does offend.
I would love that opportunity to just go like, "Hey, Bert, can you? Did you ever see that was an SNL sketch? Did you ever see that where they were like, see if you can find SNL? No.
What?
Do you speak sign language?
Yeah, I know a little bit.
Is this a new podcast you got coming out?
Yeah.
By the way, all the little jokes I was making about you this weekend. Fucking so hilarious.
What do you mean?
Nothing. I'll tell you off air because you wouldn't like them. The wait, do you really speak sign language? This is couch.
Yeah, I know a little bit. But I mean, what were your jokes? You're not going to tell them on the air?
No.
Because I'm going to get upset?
No. Change the subject. I would love an opportunity to do sign language one time. If they're like, guys, we have a really heavy speech. Governor Gavin Newsom's going to be up here. Normally we have a sign language translator, but just try to lighten it up. We just brought Bert Kreischer. He's going to improv sign language. I bet I could. I wonder if I could express my thoughts to someone who is deaf by just like trying. Yeah, just trying it for the first time. I wonder if I could wing sign language and they'd understand what I was saying.
I think it depends on how complicated the message is.
How many deaf people do you think we have watch this?
Probably a few.
Do you think we have, well, not a lot of people.
Yeah, they put closed captioning on and watch it. Yeah.
Really?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, let's try it.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Say something, and I'm going to see if I can improv sign language and get the point across.
Okay.
So if you're deaf, how's this going to work? Yeah, if you're deaf, don't look at the closed captioning.
Okay.
You say it. I'll improv sign language, and then say it again so they know what you said.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
It would be nice to get...
Shit, can you just do like... It would be... Okay, okay.
I'd like to get a seat on a SpaceX flight to the moon and possibly in the future, Mars. You nailed that.
I think I nailed it.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. How about last night I ran 10 miles.
That's 20.
After drinking a bunch of wine.
I did do that. I got on the treadmill with you. Amanda Seals is leaving the reel. I knew that was going to happen.
Why?
I've been watching her live stream. She was saying, I think it just wasn't giving her the place to be herself. I think that it's hard for someone like her who's very opinionated, very open, very transparent with everything, and just says shit and doesn't mind getting in trouble for what she says, to be on a corporate television show like that where they're like, can you just stay within the box? It's the reason that Rogan is doing his podcast. You want to reach out to someone like Amanda in those times and go and hit her up and go, just do your own podcast.
Doesn't she already have one?
I think she does. I think she does, but it's like, just take it to the next level the way Rogan's doing it.
She should
I wanted to do that to Bijou Phillips and go, just Busy Phillips.
Yep.
And go, hey, just do a podcast. Like, you had a great show. The thing that was fucking it up for Busy Phillips is that she had to cram it in to a 5-minute segment and make her interview 5 minutes.
But I imagine Amanda would be a very big podcaster.
Dude,
if she's doing it like regularly, like the way Joe does it.
Yeah.
She could have a huge following.
I listened to her do a live stream with Snoop Dogg this morning. Fucking love Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is like, it's crazy that he's like a fine wine. The more, like, now when he talks, it's like almost like you're like really listen. Mm-hmm. Like, he's legit. When he was a kid, he spit game. It was just fun to listen to him.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh yeah. And it's weird that you grew up with him.
I know.
Isn't it crazy that, like, I feel like I really know Snoop Dogg.
I think 92 or 93 would have been the album, right? Snoop Dogg album.
It was 92. Because I want to say it was 92 because I was living, maybe it was 93. I remember my buddy Scott O'Brien, who does not listen to hip hop at all, was like, dude, you listen to Snoop Dogg's album? And I was like, no. Because I was like, I know hip hop, and it wasn't on my radar. 93. I remember listening to The Chronic the first time and being like, oh, yeah. Me, Sal, Cayman, Sean Hooker, like, we're all we're about to go water skiing on the Hillsborough River, and they put The Chronic in my car. My car's parked in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
And I remember, and we lit a joint, and we were having beers, and I heard The Chronic, and I went, oh, I'm going to buy this immediately.
Yeah, it's amazing.
God.
I went to his house.
Dr. Dre's?
Dre's house, yeah, to look at it.
To buy it?
Yeah. Not the one he lives in now.
But wait, what? Shut up.
It was weird. So I put it together. I didn't know what I was. They didn't advertise that, obviously.
One of my favorite things things to do.
Yeah.
When you were looking for houses, trying to figure out what they did for a living.
Oh yeah. So I'm in this house. It's weird as shit. Okay. It's like a castle.
That should be a fucking game show. If
What?
we could do a game show,
Yeah.
we should get 3 contestants, put them into a house, and they have to profile the person and see who's the most person, and then we reveal the person. The person comes in, and you're like, "You're wrong. He was a dentist. Close enough. You thought a Hollywood writer." Keep going. Keep going.
So I toured the house.
If that's a good idea, take that out of the show so we can sell that. That's a good idea. I
like it.
love profiling people. I love it. I love going in and going into a house and going,
You know what the other thing is? You're good at profiling people.
I'm fucking amazing. Dude, I was so good. I remember I told you when we did the cabin, we were looking at
Yeah.
houses, and I was looking at houses at that time.
When does that come out?
I don't know. Soonish. We have to, yeah.
Okay.
And so, but tell me the story about Dr. Dre. God damn it, I'm doing it again.
Okay. So we go into this. It's a gated community, and we're going to look at this house, and it looks like a castle. It looks kind of crazy. We go inside, and there's a grand entrance, and you're like, okay. And immediately there's something that stands out. You're like, this looks like over here, this dining area. This looks like new, super nice. Then you go to this the office, like the man's office. I'm like, oh, this is like super nice.
Was there like a DJ thing?
No, just like a nice like office setup. Then you go to like the out back patio area, and again into the pool, and you're like, this is dope. Like it looks like it was recently done. And then you turn this way, and you're looking in the kitchen. You're like, this looks 35 years old. Like
The kitchen.
the kitchen looks 35 years old. You're like then you look at the other room. You're like, that looks so new. This looks so dated. So you're like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then I go, this kitchen, this looks pretty old. He's like, well, the owner, didn't really use the kitchen much. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, he had a staff that uses the kitchen. And I was like, a staff? He's like, yeah, like people cook for him. I was like, okay.
So are you going like?
Now, at first I just go
Is
like,
he married?
I go, yeah. I go, okay. And then we walk to another room, so outdated. I was like, what the fuck, man? And then we go up the stairs, and there's a room that's like, feels about 25 years old, and the hallway like 50 years old. And then there's a movie theater that's like new, and you're like,
It's all the shit that he loves
yeah,
is updated.
that he cared about. And then all the other stuff, incredibly outdated. So we keep walking through, and I go, whose room is this? And they're like, this was the daughter's room, but she's he mentioned before, he goes, somebody in the music industry. And I go, oh, okay. I'm not even thinking like that. Then he goes, well, the daughter wasn't here, but then, she is going to school now. And I turn and I go, is it Dr. Dre? And he goes,
whoa, how did you do that?
because I remember news about his daughter. Like, it was just in my head about his daughter going to USC. And when I said it, the guy was like, yeah, it's Dr. Dre. And I go, yeah. And then the other people were like, how the fuck do you know that? I go, because I know that his daughter was just, I don't know, it was a random guess. But you said music industry, you said the daughter went to school. And then, and then we go in the garage, and there's just 3 guys sitting in the garage, right? And I was like, who are they? Do they come with the house?
Dice.
Yeah, they're just like hanging out. He goes, whenever we show the house, he sends security guy, like his guys, to the house. I was like, oh. So there's like a couple of paintings and a car in the garage, and I was like, all right, man, pretty cool. And then they were asking, I was like, they were asking only crazy when you go, you have to put so much into this house, all the stuff that's not updated, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to redo the entire second floor.
Dude, this is a spinoff. This is a segment for us. We find a realtor, okay? Who takes us each episode. These are for YouTube. Two bears, one cave.
Yeah, they have to agree to have video cameras.
100%. Anyone who's trying to sell a house is gonna love the fucking like you get cool celebrities. Like there's celebrities put their house on the market. Like Tommy Lee just put his house on the market in Malibu. It would have been cool to go through that house. Me and you.
Yep.
We don't know whose house it is, right? We get there, and the realtor starts walking us through, and we've got to figure out whose house it is by going through their shit.
Yeah.
That would be so much fucking fun. Can we do that? Do you know a realtor that can get us like a high-end celebrity realtor that can find the celebrity that's willing to let us do it.
Yeah, probably.
Let's do it. That would be so much fucking fun. Dude, I had so much fun looking at houses and figuring out what people did for a living by looking at their shoes. Like, but it's like, it really is like serial killer shit. Like what a profiler does. Like when the profiler's like, this killer loves to watch his victim. You know, like you're going through their house. I had so much fun. We went to one house where like you could immediately go, hang on. Is this like we went to one house and I picked out the guy was a dentist like this. And they're like, how'd you know he was a dentist? And I was like, you could smell the dentist office in his closet. Yeah. My wife's like, what? I go, come on in. She's like, God damn it. He has a dentist. The only thing that threw me is this guy had little tiny liquor bottles all lined up. So I thought he traveled. So like he had little tiny liquor bottles in his closet. Old house. It was an old house. Like all old mahogany, like dark red wood and like low ceilings. So it was like all, dude, it's so amazing. You can tell so much about someone when you walk into their house. Yeah. I wonder if we don't even need to buy the house. Doesn't even need to buy. Let me slow down. The house doesn't even need to be for sale, Tom. We can just go into celebrities' houses and them not tell us. I guess they probably
be. People. Do you know how bad, by the way, that once I figured it out? First of all,
you could tell Rogan's house in a fucking heartbeat. Like if you walk through Rogan's house, you're like, "Is this a deprivation tank? Is this Joe Rogan?"
Yeah, you would know.
Keep going.
No, I just right away, the whole tour. I just kept like the rest of that. Once I figured it out, every room I would be in, I was like, fuck. Did 50 come over here and they worked on the song? Like I just was like,
oh, you can't. I would. That tour would take forever.
Is this where he first put on his Beats by Dre headphones?
Wait, is this where Snoop came in and he first saw Snoop rap?
Yeah, maybe.
Like Snoop came to his house and started spitting rhymes when I saw. I mean, I just saw the movie.
Yeah, no, it was that I could not stop thinking about that shit. And then like a part of me, because I didn't want the house. I
would just bought it.
No, but that's the thing. I kept going like, yeah, but I should try to buy this house because it's Dre's house, and then I'll live in Dre's.
All the creative energy that fucking came out of that house. That's a positive
in his
space.
Greatness. So
the magnets have lined up so that house creates great shit. I think that about my man cave.
They ended up accepting an offer way under because I'm sure that first of all he was just like, just sell this fucking house. It's not.
I hope I get that rich that I don't give a fuck about things.
Yeah, he's really rich.
But I care so much about things that like. I don't want to get rid of our house, like the one we live in. Yeah. Because I go, all the good shit happened to me in this house.
He moved to a house that's $40 million.
How do you afford that? Like that?
You have a producing career like him, and then you also have Beats by Dre headphones.
But like that's so crazy. Do you remember when you were younger in this world? I say in this business, but in LA. Do you remember when you were younger and you go to someone's house and be like, how do you have a house?
Yes. Do you know one time I went to a house? I forgot the circumstances of how I ended up there. I think I was there with, I don't know. Anyways, when we're in this house, I look around and it's in like, you know, north of Sunset, those hill homes, right? Like if you're driving on Sunset.
Yeah.
And you go up in those hills.
Yeah.
It's like really nice, plush.
Sunset Plaza.
Yeah. So I end up in a house up there and I'm like 23 or 24. I'm with somebody. Anyways, I end up going, I'm so young and I'm looking at this house. I go, what does this guy do? And they go, he's a producer. And I'm looking at his fridge and he has a glass see-through fridge with different drinks lined up. And I'm just like staring with my mouth open at his different Pellegrinos, like flavors. And I go, do I know any of the movies you produced? He was like, and he named some movies, and I was like, that's what this guy fucking does? I couldn't believe it. I was like, I've never heard of this guy, and he has this house? I thought anybody with a house like this, you would just recognize them immediately.
I went to a music producer's house one time, and I just kept going like, I'm like, how does he afford that? How much is it? Like saying stuff like that. I went to a party one time at someone's house, and Julia Roberts was there, and I was like, dude, I wish I was cooler when I was younger, because I spent the whole party trying to pony upside by Julia Roberts and Danny Moder so that they'd think I was cool, invite me into their circle, get me into a movie, and I could start a career.
Of course.
I was so blown away at the concept of Julia Roberts. Like, it was like, I remember so distinctly going to people's houses that were me and Leanne's age, and they had a house. And I remember getting in the car with Leanne going, how do they do that? Like, how do you do that? It seems so foreign, especially in LA. And yeah, I got to preface this with LA. And maybe it's easier to get houses in like Florida or Texas or Oklahoma or wherever. But in LA, houses are so expensive.
It's crazy.
That I'd go, the down payment's 10%. Every house you'd go to back then, every house was like $1 million or something, it seemed like.
Right.
And I'm like, well, how do you save $100,000? Like to this day, I go, how does someone do that? Like,
yeah,
it seemed like
now it's 20%. You know, that's like the minimum. Yeah.
It blows me away. I remember I still have this feeling like if there's a financial hiccup, like say a neighbor call. I remember my buddy Chris Gillen had a house and I remember being like, he was like, you got to buy a house. And I was like, I remember going like, I don't have any money. Like, where do you get money? And he was like, balloon payments. And I was like, really? And he goes, hey, you paying nothing. One day you got to figure it out. You'll figure it out by then. But I remember
a lot of guys did that.
I remember him saying, God damn it, my neighbors called in because they had redone their garage, and some neighbor had called in and said that was an illegal redo.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what are you going to do? I remember thinking I'd be destroyed, financially destroyed. It's so crazy. I remember going to Joe's house for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being, can you see the first time I went on Rogan, what year that was?
I bet you it's 2010. Right?
Do you remember going to Joe's house for the first time?
Yeah.
Like, what was the things that you remember? Because Joe was the first genuinely rich person I ever met. Like, where I was like, yeah, good, never mind, Halston. Or Nadav. I might keep saying Halston. I remember going to his office and being like, I wish I could get to a place where I had shit I didn't want.
Oh, right.
Like, I remember he just had like flashlights to the ceiling and like, and he'd be like, take a flashlight, grab some vitamins. Like,
yeah.
I remember being like, if I could get to a place where I had stuff that I didn't want, like I would have made it.
Yeah.
I remember being so floored. Like, I remember he was like, you want a coffee? And I was like, it would take me like a half an hour to make someone a coffee. Like at the time.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't just make you a coffee. We make coffee in the morning. You make a pot of it, me and Leanne.
Yeah.
But I couldn't make you a coffee. There was like the little things like that were so impressive back in the day where you lose sight of it maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I remember going to his house and just being like, I don't know, you just know when you're in like a nice house. You know what I mean? Where you're like, this isn't like most people's house. This is a nice fucking house. And that it's like, it's broken out, you know, where you're like, we'll be over here and other people will be over there and you won't even know that they're like, you know, just like the size of the house, things like that.
But you know what's crazy is that his wife was so regular.
Right.
Like she wasn't like she just came in regular clothes.
Yeah.
You're in a really nice house.
Yeah.
And she came in regular clothes and I was like you'd expect everyone to be in like gown outfits.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds crazy because you know, I'm sure Joe would be like, it was a great fucking house. But I remember going in and I'm being like, hey, because I was a legit fan of his before I met him, and being like, I got to see a couple things. I was like, I got to see your deprivation tank. I want to see your pool table. I want to meet your dog.
Yeah.
I want to get high, and then we can do a podcast. And he was like, we're waiting for Red Band anyway. And then seeing the deprivation tank and being like, how did they get this in here?
I remember seeing the garage and having a hard on because he had lifts for his cars.
Yeah, and then he had a whole fucking
fight mat. Yeah.
Fight mat with televisions, and he's like, I watch fights and I act them out.
That was great. Yeah, I remember seeing that and being like, this is the shit. Yeah.
You know what people say when they see my house? It's so small. I go, what? And they're like, it's so much smaller. Like I've seen it on Instagram. It looks big. It's not that big. And I go, yeah. I get that a lot.
And you go, it makes me feel good.
Yeah, thanks. Can you not say that again ever? So many people have said that to me. They go, it's really small. Like, I just walked in your front door. I'm already in the backyard. And I'm like,
how do you actually survive here?
I know. And then there's no way to say, like, I'm trying to be responsible with my money. Because people just in LA do not get that. They're like, yeah, but you make money, right? I'm like, I make money. And they're like, but why aren't you spending it? I'm like, because I've been broke my whole life and I'm terrified of losing it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
God. I'm in a great mood.
You are in a good mood.
I was in a shit mood yesterday.
You ran with your wine, and that made you feel better.
I got it was a throwback night last night.
And you look good.
Thank you. You look great, man. You lifting weights?
It's like 4 days a week. It's not that big of a deal. It's fine.
I got on the phone with you. It was great because I was in a bad mood all day yesterday. Just I think everything's been so heavy this weekend, and I've been online kind of trying to process information and watching a lot of stuff and just trying to listen, and it can be heavy. And parent 2 kids with the pandemic and the protests and everything and police, all the shit. And then I got on, and I was super heavy. I sat with Leanne in the front yard. She bought me a coffee, and she bought me a sweetened iced coffee. And I was like, I'm already angry at her. She posted the black tile on her Instagram. And I love my wife. I love her so much. She posted black tile and then uses hashtag Black Lives Matters. And then I go, hey, you got to change your hashtag. And she's like, no, I don't have to do anything. And I go, no, hold on. You do, because that's clogging up the feed of Black Lives Matter. No, I'm doing the right. And I go, hey, can you just take it from me? And then I said, and then I look at her comments, and it's all like, I noticed your husband hasn't liked this. Is that because he's the most and then I'm like, hey babe, can you? I was like, never mind. And then she goes, no, I'm gonna write to these people saying that shit. That if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And I go, do not write that. Please don't write that. And then I'm fucking melting down. And she's like, I got you an iced coffee. And I was like, oh great. And I took a sip, and I was like, ugh. And she was like, really? I got you an iced coffee. And then she does my joke, do you want cream with your coffee? And I was like, not now, Leanne, not now. And then she goes, you need a glass of wine or something. And then I fucking called you, and I was like, I'm opening a bottle of wine. I'm getting on the treadmill. Yep. And then I just got on the treadmill. I ran 10 miles, and
they're so much better.
Felt
and
amazing.
It's exciting to let the audience know there's a whole new lane that they can explore.
Yes.
Bert smells bad.
So excited for this.
Bert fucks dogs.
Can I tell you? This is why I'm excited for this.
Tell me.
Because it's the slow joke. It's the slow joke where I will be sitting at Georgia's softball game in the near future when they open this up. One of these parents will be talking to another parent, and they'll be staring at me, and then I'll hear them go, and I'll go, God damn it.
But then you'll laugh.
And then I'll fucking laugh. Yeah. And then, or someone will be like, hey man, do you have a dog? And I'll be like,
I got a couple.
It happens so much where like people will go, oh, George's dad's a comedian. Oh, he's got 1 million followers. Let's take a look. And you're like, oh, fuck.
This guy doesn't shower?
I can't wait for the slow reveal of it.
Yes.
Of like being on a plane next to somebody and them recognizing you but not saying it, and then Googling you and then going like, ma'am, can I get a coffee filter, please?
What I laugh at the most is somebody, I'm like you in 6 months meeting someone, and they'll be like, you don't smell that bad. And you'll be like, no, I don't. They'll be like, I thought you were going to smell like a fucking bag of vomit. But everybody keeps saying how much you stink.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the small. The best delivery of these jokes has always been the small, petite white girl who comes to the show by herself. And I can't wait till the one time she's doing the meet and greet. She comes back. She goes, can we get a picture? I go, yeah. And they go to take the picture, and she goes, in the middle of the picture, and the picture is her gagging next to me.
Yeah, of course. It's going to happen.
I can't wait for all the fucking... I'm really excited about the fact that I smell like shit.
But you love all people.
I love everyone.
There you go.
I got love in my heart for everyone.
There you go.
There we go. All right. That's a perfect way to end this.
See you guys next week.
I love you guys. I love every single one of you guys, and I love you, Tommy.
I love you too.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 Bears, 1 Cave. No scripts, a bit of booze, amateur partology. Dirty jokes, raunchy humor, no apologies. Here's what we call 2 Bears, 1 Cave.